Comenzamos ahora la rueda de prensa con el
So we start with a press conference with the coach. Same procedure, one question per intervention, and please say your name and your media.
Your one question, and you had to identify yourself.
Hola, mister.
Hello, Victorio Calero live for Real Madrid television. So you've lived many magic nights since Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. How important are supporters to play a great game tomorrow? So they're paramount, because this has happened many years, that when our supporters are pushing us forward, that's very important for us, especially in the last years, in the past. Tomorrow, I hope that it's going to be the same. Of course, we need a game at our top performance in order to try to change a playoff that today is quite difficult, and tomorrow, what we want basically is to try to change this way of thinking, to play a serious game with our heart, with balls. What said Alcaraz will I like that very much, and I hope that this is the case. The team is motivated, is excited, and at level of commitment and at mental level, we are doing a very good job. To have a cold mind would be very important, because we need to control the game. Hello, José Luis Sánchez for Jugones. A lot is being said about the fact that if it's football, according to how Real Madrid is playing during this year, it's almost impossible. But in Bernabeu, things happen like against City, Chelsea, PSG, or Bayern Munich. What will Real Madrid have tomorrow for this comeback to happen? Well, Real Madrid has every resource needed in order to change this playoff, because we have the quality, we have the commitment, we have the experience that many players have, that this team has. We have great supporters, so resources are there. We need to take the best out of each and one of us. And well, years before, it's not that they said, well, Real Madrid is playing an amazing football. So last season or the year before, nobody said that. Nobody said that we were playing amazingly. Maybe that's true. Because, that's true, sorry, because rather than spectacular, we want to play efficiently. Hello, Sergio Eras for El Desmarque. I'm sorry to be this straight, but, I don't know if the game for tomorrow, maybe out of this result, you have the feeling that will depend your future. Well, you didn't want to be straight, but you were. So, anyway, I'll answer very straightly too. I don't think so. I don't think that my future will depend on tomorrow's game. Hello, Javier Raez for Cadena Ser. Do you want to be straight too? Yeah, I will. So we'll see the future tomorrow or in the next games. I would like to ask about the talk for tomorrow. In last years, with the players have taken a step forward. Maybe do you expect a player to take a step forward in the changing room before the game? And what will be the last sentence that you will give the players before the game? Well, what I would like to explain to the players is that strategy has to be very clear. We need to be able to play this game as good as we can. We've thought about this game a lot. We still are thinking about it. We will try that during the training session. And I want the players to get into the pitch with very clear ideas. Of course, I will try to explain as clear as possible what strategy we have to follow for the game. If something's clear for a player, maybe he will be able to perform better at personal level. Hello, Carlo, Fernando Burgos, Onda Cero. So you've said we're going to try something. I don't know if you have a joker in your sleeve. I don't know if you want to do something special during training session. Maybe a central defender will be playing as a winger. Of course, we'll try to play an intense game. We'll try to put pressure. We'll try to have more control of the game. This didn't happen on the first leg, but no magic, because magic does not exist. Hi, Carlo. Good afternoon. Miguel Angel Diaz from Cadena Cope. Javier has asked you about tomorrow's statement. I would like to ask you about yesterday's talk. I think that you were speaking with your players after the session to try to motivate them, to try to get them in the mood. Maybe for tomorrow, you don't have to motivate them because what we're going to live in Bernabeu, anybody could be motivated, but what would be a matter of concern for you? What did you tell your players yesterday? Well, I didn't tell them anything special. I've talked about the emotional aspects, how we have to live this day before the game, or these games in general terms, how a professional has to perform. I think that motivation is there. And I also wish that players stay calm in the sense of preparing this game and to be sure that we can make it, to try everything to make it. The only thing that is not certain for us is that we can get the result that we want. But what I'm certain about is that we will take the best out of us. Good afternoon, Carlo. Sergio Lopez for us. I don't know if you've heard Thomas' words where he said that the environment in Bernabeu won't be very different compared to what they lived in England. What do you think about it? Well, on our side, our environment helps us a lot. It has helped us a lot, and it will help us a lot. I think that it's quite normal for a rival that comes to play in Bernabeu because the pitch is always the same, the color of the grass is always the same, but the surroundings, well, it's something that really pushes us forward. Hello, Carlo, here on the right, Ruben Cañizares from ABC. I would like to be straight to. I would like to know if Valverde is going to play on the right, Fran Garcia on the left, and Modric is going to play as midfielder. So I want to be straight. I don't know. Well, I know, but I won't tell you.
This is a very young Arsenal team, a very young Arsenal squad, a very young manager. Not a lot of this squad have ever played at a stadium like the Bernabeu on a night like this before. Just, is that what you need to play into as well, that this night might overwhelm them and that you have more of the experience to take advantage?
Maybe, but I think that from the other side, there is the fact that this is a team that really well organized, that Arteta is working with them for a long time, so they have a really clear idea, defensively, offensively. And when you have a clear idea, you are more focused on what you have to do than on the ambience outside.
Hola, Carlo. Filippo Ricci.
Hi, Carlo. Filippo Ricci from Gazzetta dello Sport. Last year, when Nacho was here, we talked about pessimism. You talked about his positive pessimism. Right now, there's a little bit of negative pessimism too. So how do you move between both? How do you make this negative pessimism into positive Nacho's pessimism? So, well, with trust and with the seriousness that you need to have when there are difficult times, because if you get out of the difficult times, obviously, you will have much more energy. And of course, we need to take this into account. If we move on, it can mean a lot for us in this competition. Sorry. Hello, Carlo, Sergio Girante from DAZN. So before the second leg against Atletico de Madrid, I asked you about what you needed, players that could run or that could set the difference. So same question for tomorrow. What do you need? Do you need your players to run, or do you need them to set the difference? You say that we don't need magic, but Bernabeu has shown with comebacks that it has magic. Yeah, definitely. I think that everybody knows that it's a special environment, it's a special atmosphere. And tomorrow, we need a good connection between every sport, the quality that we have, and of course it will be, we need to play a very complete game at physical level, at mental level in order to come back. I think that nothing can fail. Hello, Lola for Sports Mexico. You say that players need to have a cold mind, well, it's going to be difficult with the welcome that the supporters will give them. And how do you feel? Are you under pressure? Are you focused? No, I think that I have a cold mind. It's not the first game as this one. I wish that it's not the last one, of course, because this is a competition that is quite special, especially for me. But I think that I'm excited rather than worried. Of course, I would like to be the protagonist from the bench of these games, and this excitement helps me have a very cold mind. Last two questions, please. Hello, Carlo. Anton Chimono for L'Equipe and RTL. I'd like to know how killing the sting after he was sent off last Sunday, if he's really more willing to do it, if he has some kind of debt with the team, and if you really think that it can be his great night. It has to be his great night, and maybe the team needs him more than ever. Well, of course, he's disappointed with what has happened. He's trained very well. He was very motivated, and obviously we need him. We need him because here it's not about defending. We have to score goals. And during the season, he has scored many goals. But more than ever, we need his goals tomorrow. So last question.
From the times, in your experience of comebacks and what it needs to make it happen, is it about scoring early, do you feel, in that first half? Or do you think it can go the distance to match and you can do it later on?
I don't think so. That of course, to score early is the more important part of the game, but the most important part to have a good control at the game and to try to do your best at the beginning to, as I said, to have a good control of the game. And then when you have a good control of the game, you can score at every minute.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.